now we are on. Yeah, you can see my screen coming back here. Yeah, so I'm going to show you your comprehension first. Can you all read the passage here? Can you read the first 3 paragraphs? First, just read the first 3 paragraphs, okay? Okay, are you all ready? Are you all done reading already? Who's not done reading yet? Please text. Who still need like 1 more, 2 more minutes, because we are going to answer question now. And you must, I mean, you can still look at the passage and answer, but I'm going to flash the questions. I'm going to flash the questions, and I'm going to post the question in the online site. Then in our Discord site, then you can just see. Okay, you need more time to read. I give you time to read, okay? Alright, all of you can spend time to read, it's fine. I can wait for you for a while. Don't take too long, okay? Because we got 2 questions to answer. Alright? Just these first 3 paragraphs are just first 3 paragraphs. Okay, just first 3 paragraphs. Later you can still refer. I will open up this screen for you to refer. The questions I will paste, but because the moment I change screen and I change to the questions, then you cannot see the screen already. Unless you want to, even YouTube also is the problem. Yeah, you can't see also. Okay, is everybody done? Can you indicate why if you're done? Is everybody done reading? Next time I expect you all to speed read. Something like this, maybe less than 5 minutes you're supposed to finish. Okay? There we go. So let's look at the first question. This one quite easy. So basically it's a straightforward question. You just need to pick out the point. And I want you all to quickly remember. So number one, based on whatever screen that you're seeing on the screen itself, so tell me, what is an important key point of doing comprehension? Everybody has to type. What do you need to look out for when you do comprehension? Okay, so now let's analyze the paragraph first. Okay, just now we already do the main point analysis, so I want a very quick one. You just give me a one-word, two-word answer. Okay, the first paragraph. The original Olympic Games took place every 4 years. Men and boys will participate. Then a promise not to engage in fighting is called a truce was made among the Greeks for 1 month before the games to allow competitors to reach Olympia. And then so there are no cash prizes, but the winner is treated as a celebrity. So and this one will enhance the reputation of his city. So the first paragraph, what's the main point? We do all the main points, then after that we answer the question. Okay, answer question in about 5 minutes, but I will look at your grammar and your precision of answering. There are only 2 questions today, 2 main questions. Oh, I'm so sorry. I repeat again, let's look at the main point of this particular paragraph. Then we're going to answer a question. Okay, we are going to look at the main point of these 3 paragraphs, and we're going to answer a question. What is the main point of the first paragraph? Importance of truth is a detail, important detail. Truth is important is an important detail, because they're going to ask you about this important detail. But what is the main point? What's the most important thing in this paragraph? Yes, it's a prestigious event. How? Remember precision in your answer, okay? Benefit country, city. They use city, you must use city. You cannot choose your own one. Yeah, you don't use your own word, because comprehension is comprehend what the person has written, not what you have written or what you understand. Yes, so the truth is important to prevent. So in sum, right, basically based on whatever the thing here is, the most important key thing is that it will bring reputation to your city for participating in this event. In the past, when they first started, there's only one event, and then in order to be fair, they must have something to be called the truce. Alright? To prevent cheating. Very good. Well done. Okay, but you must learn how to write everything in one sentence. Okay, but this is called summary. So this one is a language based. That means I'm going to test you whether you understand the language or not. So what's the difference between testing you whether you understand the language and content, whether it tests you whether you understand the content or not? They're different things, okay? The content is what you understand from the key points itself, but the language is how it's phrased. I repeat again. So when they test you on the content, that means you must give me all the points. Like your humanities, like that, your history, your geography, your literature, they want to test you on the points. Like for example, this thing is talking about Olympic Games. So the content is Olympic Games. But if I want to test you about the language, I will ask you, oh, is the language straightforward or not? Or is very difficult to read? Is it Old English? Is it written in a direct manner? Written in an indirect manner? So you must remember, O-level students, you're taking language paper. So yes, there's content involved, but they want to test you on your language ability. Who don't understand what I'm talking about? Who needs me to repeat again? Please text. So nobody text means I will carry on. If you need me to repeat again, I will go through again one more time before we go on. Okay, content means that I want to key in the main point. So the main point for this paragraph is Olympic Games took place every 4 years. Then 1 month before the games start, you must have a truce. Then finally, people are treated as a celebrity if they go in for this event. That is content. Okay, but language is talking about, you see the way they write. The Olympic Games took place every 4 years. Then they put a what? What's the punctuation there? What's the punctuation there? You can just put the same punctuation. I can see already. What's the punctuation after every 4 years? So it's a semicolon. What does semicolon mean? Semicolon separates the point, and then men and boys participated. So in short, there are no women in this thing. So in short, this particular language is not straightforward. It is between Old English and long complex sentences, and so there are multiple points being said in one sentence. So the language is complex. Understand the difference between language and content now? Yes? No? Who's still not clear? Is everybody clear? Put a Y if you're clear. Okay, let's go on. X. Who's X? Oh, Kit, you need me to explain again? Kit, X or Y? Okay, no need. Okay, fine. Let's go. So I'm going to look at the questions now. If you will follow me, this is the question. Oh no. Okay, we are only going to talk about paragraph 1 so it's easy. So I want you to, if you can see my screen, you realize that if you can see my screen, can you all see my screen? If you can see my screen, you should be able to see A, B, C, D for question 1. Let's see whether I can expand further. Okay, this is bigger. Yeah, this is good. Okay, so in my screen, if you can see my screen, you realize that we want to talk about 4 key points. And if you realize, let me analyze the question for you one time. Yeah, in a language paper, usually they want to ask you whether you understand the content. Yeah, so there's 1 mark about it, like, you know, the straightforward answer. Then they want you to understand whether you understand the implication, because language always got hidden meaning, so they ask you the why. Then after that, they will talk about is there any other thing that they want to ask, like for example vocabulary or anything like that. Okay, so if you look at question 1D, why do you think it's convenient that Olympia was situated near the coast? This is called implication question, and I want all of you to answer 1D. I'm going to copy this into your Discord. I will just copy the words lah. and it's 1 point. You realize language question is very straightforward. Okay, I'm gonna just put it into your Discord. Okay, I'm gonna pin this message so that in case later you need to refer. Okay, I want everybody to reply now. I will show you the passage again. Alright, let me see whether I could make it bigger. Okay, let's is it too big? Can we just only look at the first paragraph. So I want you to answer that question. Just this question only. Yes. Yeah, I've already make it bigger for you to go and find the question. I want everybody to answer this question, okay? Just this question only. You should take no more than 2 minutes or 3 minutes to write your answer. It has to be a complete answer with all the grammar considerations inside. Okay? This is an implication question. That means they don't tell you directly. So language will test you what is the implication. So there are a few thousands people who have not heard of Olympic Games, originating most 3,000 years ago, and then it took place in this place called Olympia, and then it's situated in a temple. Alright, and then it's important because they believe that the boys have to exercise their brain, exercise their body. Then it is located near a coast. Coast has big area. Hey, hello, can you read the first paragraph? Just now we read the second paragraph. Linus, you got to edit your answer. You see, all of you has really improved a lot. Loading your English has a spelling error. I don't know whether is it the shortest distance MY, because in the passage I don't think they talk about it. Okay, so from here, right, you will see who is going to get the 1 point. I'm going to show you the answers also, so you will know whether you can get the 1 point or not. Yeah, try to write as close as possible to whatever they say. You do not write what you say. It is important to write what they say, because in a comprehension language paper, you need to write what they say. So later I will talk about English language content paper, which is your humanities, and all like manner of all humanities paper. What is the criteria? Okay, we are only doing 2 today. I think you need to check your punctuations and your yeah, And then SSS, I think your detail needs to be more clear. Yes, the participants could travel that easily, but I think you need to, it is straightforward, but you need to be more like, you know, you need to show evidence based lah, like you show that you know you have picked it up from the passage. Okay, let's look at the answers. I think most of you have already got it ready. Yeah. Okay, so if if you says that it's easy to get there, so that they can get, it's accessible. If you use the word accessible, you use the people, you use the competitor, you use the spectators, and you use by boat, by sea, from the island. If you have, you see the underlined one here. Can you all see the underlined one? So if you tell me that by boat, by sea, by island, all these things, yes, we can accept. Alright, that means you get your full marks. But you need to tell me, because it's near a coast. The point is it's near a coast. So besides telling me that it's easy and accessible, you need to tell me that it's near a coast, because the details shows the implication. Implication is very, very, very important in a language paper. Implication. But in a content paper, you need to take the implication and give the analysis. So in the language paper, you need to take the implication, you need to take the details and write it blatantly so that the implication is clear. So those of you who tell me accessible, those of you who tell me you guys tell me that it's accessible by the athletes, it's accessible by the sea, it's accessible by the whatever else, but you never tell me about being accessible by the island or through the sea, then I cannot give you the mark. So like, you know, SSS, I asked you to edit already. Then can you edit? All of you, can you edit? Please edit your work. Yeah, you must understand what is important. So if you don't tell me that anything else, there's no half mark. There is only 1 mark. So that means the 1 mark, can I give it to you or not? Depends on your details are on or in or not. Are you all clear on this? Because it's not very important. Next time we are going to mark your work online. That means we are going to do it like real time online. Okay, so that you can see that you hit the point or not. Okay, but I won't call names lah. I will just, you know, tell you hit the point or not. So now you just edit it, okay? Edit your point. Alright. Once you're done editing the point, we're going to go into the next question. Okay, how do you know how to get the points? Let's look at the passage again. Alright. So here, the passage, if you look at my screen, you can see that there are a few people who has not heard of this, blah, blah, blah. Then developing as important as the mind. Then the Greeks honor their god through athletic competition from the inhabitants of the Greek island. So they already tell you is where it is a Greek island. That means there are many, 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 many people who live in the different islands. So the evidence is here. Alright, the details is here. And it was situated, Olympia is this place, is situated near the coast. Alright, it's situated near the coast. So because it's near the coast, then it becomes the venue. So understand the implication? Can So this is how you pick it out from the passage. You need the evidence for the detail. Okay, can? So are we ready for the content one? Content is harder than the language paper. The content paper requires you to have good language and understand the language implication, but analyze a thought of it. Okay? Clear? Can Are you ready? Is everybody ready? Indicate if you are ready. Put a Y. Okay, there goes. Okay, this one I cannot make too small because this one we need to read about like 3 paragraphs, 3 to 4 paragraphs. Can you all read the first 3 paragraphs now? You have to speed read because we finish this one will be the last already. Just the first 3 paragraphs. This one I think some of us has done it before. I'm not sure. I think so, yes. This one is talking about books. So this one is talking about books and printing. Alright? And the production of books. Everybody done reading? Is everybody done reading? Everybody still reading Okay. So this one talks about, if you notice the key point of the paragraph 1, 2 and 3, yeah, at one glance you can see it's talking about communications related to books. So you see Gutenberg is still a name in this industry. You can see that there's a Gutenberg's library, e-library or something like that. Yeah, but it's used in line with his name. Are you guys ready? Can we move on so that we can let y'all rest already? Because I think a lot of you are tired already. Are you guys ready? Can? Just one question only. This is the last question. Alright? Are you ready? Can? Can so I moved the screen already Okay, this is the question I want y'all to answer. I will copy this over and I'll paste it in your thing. Yeah, no, yeah. Okay, I will 9:52 to 54. No, this is not what we want. Okay, you do this one. 5 to 32 using material for paragraph 2 to 4 only. Lines 5 to 32 summarize what the author has to say about the book production brought about by the invention of printing press. Okay, are you ready? We do half lah. We are not gonna do all the points, okay? We just do half. This one should be quite easy for y'all because everybody can do. Alright? But this is content driven, means that you gotta pick out the points. Alright? Okay, I'm going to paste it into your Discord. then you can key in already. Okay, I will show you the work again. I will show you the paragraph again. Okay, there you go. You shouldn't take more than 15 minutes to summarize the whole thing. Yeah, you should be quite fast. Understand? You don't need to do all the full points. No need to write 120 words. 60 points is enough already. Just tell me about some of the changes. Okay? Today I'm not going to test you like very specific, but just I want to see that you know how to pick out your content. That's all. Okay? You should take about less than 5 minutes to write, especially for my J's. It shouldn't take you more than 10 minutes, because this is like really short one. We are not even doing all, just the points only. You don't need to phrase it very nicely. I just want the points only. You should take about 5 to 10 minutes always to pick out points, and in content driven questions you must always learn how to pick out the points first. The points are important. Content driven means content. That means how to take out the key point. So you see, just now we are still talking about main point analysis. So now we are still talking about detailed point analysis. Basically it's all points. Yeah. Then I'm differentiating with you. I'm teaching you how to differentiate between language and content. So I don't need you to write the full summary. I just need you to give me the points in it. So they already tell you very clearly you are supposed to only take from line 5 all the way to line 32 only. Yeah. Then if you look at the heading talk about revolution in communication, past and present. That means in the past and the current situation. So then the summary runs you to write about the changes. So past to present, what are the changes? So you pick up only the changes. Like if you see the point changes, so you read, before the advent of printing press, books was a painstaking process. So what are the changes? So is it easier now, or is it as painstaking as what it used to be? So you are supposed to highlight all the changes. Okay. I don't need you to write a full summary for me, but I want the main points only, okay? Can list down 120 words is about 12 to 15 points lah. Friday, where's your analysis? Jeff, where's your analysis? Kiet, where's your analysis? Who else? SSS, where's your analysis? SSS, I particularly want to take a look. Where's my waffle lady disappeared? Chocolate waffle, I want to see your analysis. Especially these few names I mentioned, I want to see your analysis. Yeah, don't take so long. Please, you can just key in like the points first. Yeah, I don't need anything else. I don't need you to even phrase the English. Only the points only. Summary should be a skill that is well managed. It should be the easiest in all the segments that you do, because summary is like straightforward. It's just pick up points only, and it doesn't have any analysis inside. Doesn't require you to do a lot of rephrasing. Just need you to make sure to be as close as possible to the text in terms of the content. Yeah, so this part here, it should be something that you have mastered really long time ago. Or rather, this is something that we all need, even in our writing, even in your analysis, even in your essays, whenever you write. So your summary skills must be tip-top. Okay, good. Okay, we are seeing the first one. Okay, I'm just going to analyze one or two first. Then I want to recap the main points. Then after that, I'm going to mark you all one by one. Okay? Alright, can? So after the invention of printing press, duplicate copies peak beyond imagination. Then books become more accessible, durable, and cheaper, gaining fame. Then books enable books from unpopular libraries to be read, and then make way for pictures and drawing. Hence, printing has changed from the process of manufacturing books and popularity of books, and it's about the virtual aspects too. Okay, group. In paragraph 4, it talks about hard copy manuscripts, but printers shows that the scope support illustration. Okay, so the changes. So you start off with difficult handwritten text, all the way to now you got illustration, and you got to, and everybody is using the same language. Okay. This one is already the conclusion part now, but when you do content, you need to also write the paragraph 2 is also taken into consideration. Those of you who have written, take note of this point, okay? The front part, which I already highlighted to you, is a painstaking process from handwritten to perishable, handwritten to printed. You need to highlight, okay? You can change yours, it's okay, don't worry. Good loading, good summary, good key point. Buy one get one free. You need to change your text is off the point. I need content means you need to be as close as possible to the text itself. This one has no element of analysis. Most important thing is your skill set to be able to pick points, and you are try to, when you change the wording, you must try to be as close as possible to the text itself. Okay, so the rest of you all do the amendment. Let's switch the screen to your analysis screen now. Okay, so let's summarize. Number one, when you do your comprehension, you have to be precise. You have to be precise, correct? You have to be precise. This number one. Point number two, you have to be concise. Point number three, which is something that I don't often emphasize, do not change the text. Do not change what other people are writing. Do not change the meaning. Is that clear? Do not change the meaning. Once you change the meaning, then what will happen is then it is not what the writer is saying. Just like when you are saying something, you don't want people to misunderstand you. So when you are writing other people's thing or explaining other people's thing, people don't want you to misunderstand them too. Alright, so content driven work is very important, especially the key point starts with summary, knowing how to sum. And being able to sum it well, that means you don't change other people's meaning. And from there, it becomes a clear way of, or clearer way of portrayal or what you want to add on based on what other people have said. Okay, so content driven writing, especially like GP, requires you to analyze somebody else's text before you put in your own, but it requires good language to support whatever you want to deliver. So that's why there's always two aspects. In O levels, you learn how to do your English well, understand the different aspects of language, and then in A levels, you want to be able to deliver content well, so that your content is tip-top and there is no errors in terms of what you want to explain. Alright, and this is very important, especially when you go to workplace and you need to write theses. When you go further education, you need to write your thesis, you need to explain things, you need to evaluate things without changing other people's meaning. Alright, it is important to be able to read and then deliver. Okay, is everybody clear on this? Can so we shall take the marking offline. Then I'm coming to this